Okay, let's jump right in. We're going to explore a really fascinating piece of work today called Ascended Intelligence. It's this incredible intersection of art, AI, and psychology that honestly offers a totally new way of looking at ourselves.
So let me start with a question for you. What if your breath had a secret language? What if that simple in and out wasn't just about, staying alive? What if it was telling a story about everything happening inside you?
Well, it turns out it does. And this is the kicker. It's a language that literally cannot lie. Think about it. You can fake a smile, you can force a laugh, but the tiny acoustic patterns of your breath that are hidden in your voice, they give the whole game away. It is the single most honest signal your body sends out. And that simple fact puts us at this huge fork in the road when it comes to technology. Are we going to build tech that just watches us? Or can we build art and tools that help us listen to ourselves? This slide really breaks down that choice perfectly. On the one hand, you've got the surveillance model. We all know this one, right? An AI is watching you, you are the object, and all the power flows one way, to the system. But then there's this other path, the interoception model. Interoception is just a fancy word for your ability to feel what's going on inside your own body. And in this model, tech becomes a mirror. It just amplifies your own signals so you can see the patterns. And the power, it flows right back to you. So, how on earth does an art installation literally hear the state of your nervous system? Okay, let's get into how this whole thing actually works. It's this beautiful three-step loop. First, you just talk. You don't have to wear any special sensors or anything. Your voice, just by itself, carries the sonic signature of your breathing. Then, a really smart AI listens in, not to what you're saying, but to the breathing patterns between your words. And finally, the whole room, the lights, the sounds, everything, it all responds in real time. It's basically reflecting your inner world right back at you. And what the system is listening for are three really distinct states. First up, calm or regulated. That's when your breathing is slow, deep, really rhythmic. Then there's activated or stressed. You know the feeling, that classic fight or flight, where your breathing gets all fast and shallow. And finally, shut down or freeze, which is interesting. It shows up as you holding your breath or it being super suppressed. And get this is not just a guess. The AI's analysis is between 85 and 92% accurate. That is so reliable you can literally build an entire responsive world around it. And that's because this isn't just some artsy experiment. The whole concept is standing on this rock-solid foundation of decades of clinical research into something called biofeedback. Now, let me throw a number at you from that research. 0.83. What in the world does that mean? Well, it's what scientists call the effect size. This number comes from a huge analysis of 24 different studies. Now, in clinical research, an effect size of 0.83 is considered massive. It means that using this kind of biofeedback had a really substantial, consistent, and powerful effect on reducing people's stress and anxiety. This isn't a fluke, this is proven science. Now, the framework that's often used to make sense of all these states is called polyvagal theory. The best way to think about it is like a map. It's a really popular clinical map that connects the dots between our big nervous system states, feeling safe, that fight or flight mode, and the freeze response, and links them directly to our body, especially our breath. But, and this is important, it's just that, a map. It's not the territory itself. While the theory gives us a super useful language to talk about these feelings, some of its deeper scientific claims are still being debated. But you know what? For this art installation, that debate doesn't even matter, because the core fact, the thing the art is built on, is undisputed. Your breath is a reliable, measurable window into your internal state. Period. Okay, so let's talk about what happens when someone's actually in the room, because this is where the real magic happens. Sooner or later, pretty much everyone has this aha moment. They realize, wait a second, I can change the art just by changing how I breathe. So the natural question is that cheating? Are you gaming the system? No way. In fact, that is the whole point. As the research brief puts it, that is the therapeutic mechanism. That moment when you realize, I can change this, that's the moment of empowerment. That isn't cheating the system, that's learning how to regulate yourself. It's this direct physical experience of your own power, your own agency. And that single moment, that discovery of your own agency, is what takes this project from just being a cool tech demo to being a really profound statement on our relationship with technology itself. Biofeedback artist Rafael Lozano Hammer nails it with this quote. He points out that we live in a time when our biological data, our biometry, is used more and more for control and identification. But projects like this, they flip the script. They take that same kind of data and use it for self-discovery. It's a way of reclaiming our own information.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's a powerful reminder that technology doesn't have to be something that just watches us. It can be a mirror. It shows us that actually understanding the signals your own body is sending you is the absolute first step to learning how to manage them. And maybe most importantly, all agency, all power to change anything, it all begins with just becoming aware.
And that really brings us to the final question this whole project leaves you with. In a world that is constantly screaming for your attention, what could you learn about yourself if you just had a tool that helped you honestly listen?